Archangel Michael speaks, I command your attention at this very moment. Do not scroll past. I feel the stirring within your spirit, that quiet tug at your heart, that gentle ache in your chest. This is no accident. That is my presence. I come not with fear, but with a warning meant for your protection. Something approaches tonight. You must listen now. This message has reached you at the appointed hour. Not a moment too soon, not a second too late. You were destined to see these words now, for what is set to unfold within your home is not chance. It is a signal from above. Your response will determine whether it becomes a doorway to grace or a night of deepened shadows. I implore you, do not look away. Your angels have whispered at the edges of your awareness for days. Moments ago, I saw your silent plea, your search for a sign, your doubt that heaven still listens. I heard you. God heard you. These words are the answer to the prayer you breathed when you felt most alone. You do not realize how fervently your soul has been calling. But heaven felt that anxiety resting like a stone upon your heart. That unnameable sense that something is amiss, that is the stirring of spiritual battle. You must awaken to it now, before it intensifies. For a shift will occur in your home tonight. Whether it brings turmoil or tranquility rests upon what you choose in these next few moments. Do not dismiss this as illusion. I am Archangel Michael, sent by the Most High to guard, to caution, and to rouse. And at this hour, I plead with you, I do not threaten, I beseech, for I perceive what remains hidden from your sight. A shadow lingers near your dwelling. It has been feeding lies to your mind, convincing you that you are insufficient, unloved, vulnerable. But tonight, that influence will attempt to strengthen. I was dispatched ahead of it, like a beacon before the darkness gathers. You are not losing your mind. You are not fragile. You are not abandoned. You are spiritually attuned. You have always sensed your difference, this deeper sensitivity to atmosphere, to emotion, to energy. This is not a flaw. It is your purpose. It is why you are both targeted and selected. Acknowledge this message if it resonates within you. That is not manipulation, it is alignment. There is a reason heaven chose to speak through this screen to you, not to your neighbor, not to a passerby, but to you. For tonight, the very air within your walls will change. You will sense either a sudden serenity or a strange disquiet. And it will hinge on whether your spirit remains receptive or sealed by the time midnight arrives. Let your angels know you have heard. Open your heart like a door. Even a crack of willingness can alter everything. Hear me clearly, this is not to frighten you, but to liberate you. A miracle seeks to enter your home tonight, a visitation of peace, of healing, perhaps the mending of something you believed was broken beyond repair. But miracles cannot land where they are not welcomed. I ask you now, on behalf of the heavenly hosts, will you welcome what heaven is trying to deliver? Or will you scroll away and allow fear another victory? I do not wish for you to awaken tomorrow shrouded in the regret of not listening. You will remember this message. Trust me. Whether you act or not, your soul will recall these words, for they are not my own. They flow through me from the divine. There is someone in heaven who loves you profoundly. Someone who has been watching over you, advocating for you, begging God for one final intervention before the adversary draws too near. That person has whispered your name in your sleep. You have not seen them, but you have felt their love like an unexpected tide. Tonight, they will stand beside your bed. Whether you perceive them or not, they will be there. They wish you to know their love for you has never ceased, not for a single instant. They directed this message through me to you. Listen closely. When the room grows still tonight, pay attention. When a light flickers without cause, take note. When a memory surfaces unbidden, do not dismiss it. These are not random events. They are signposts. Heaven is knocking, no, pounding, upon the door of your soul, saying, "Beloved, awaken." You are in peril, but you are also on the verge of breakthrough. I know your heart is weary. I know the world feels fractured. That is precisely why heaven speaks so urgently now. You need not repair everything. You need only remain open, aware, and willing. If you have awaited confirmation that angels are real, that your departed loved one remains near, that heaven still moves in this modern age, this is it. This message is your evidence. Not a story, not a fantasy, but truth. Just as the warmth you may feel in your chest at this moment is your spirit saying, "Yes, this is for me." Something within you knows this is not ordinary. This is not merely another post, another video in your feed. This is a divine interruption, a holy pause in your day. Archangel Michael stands before you now. Not in body, not in form, but in spirit. And he declares, "I had to capture your attention, for time is more fleeting than you know. You have waited for a sign. This is that sign. Heaven's silence ends tonight. Everything changes. Let me share a truth many overlook. Angels do not often beg. Yet I did so just moments ago. Not from weakness, but because the love held for you is deeper than you comprehend. You do not grasp how precious you are in the sight of the Creator. You have wept yourself to sleep, believing God forgot you. You have looked upon your life and asked, "Why me?" Tonight, I am here to answer that very question. Why you? Because you have been called. Not by human voices, not by algorithms, but by heaven itself. A purpose is woven into the fabric of your soul, and the enemy has sought to fray it since your childhood. You are still here. That persistence alone signifies that a part of you recognizes this is no ordinary message. This is a sacred intervention. Archangel Michael stands before you now. Not in flesh, not in shadow, but in spirit. And he is saying, "I had to secure your focus, for the hour is critical. You have awaited a sign, and here it is. Heaven has been quiet long enough. Tonight transforms all. Let me tell you something most do not realize. Angels do not beg. But I did, mere moments ago. Not because I am weak, but because my love for you surpasses your understanding. You do not see how special you are in the Father's eyes. You have cried yourself to sleep thinking God forgot you. You have looked at your path and wondered, "Why me?" Tonight, I am here to answer that. Why you? Because you are chosen. Not by men, not by the digital noise, but by heaven itself. A destiny is knit into your spirit. The adversary has tried to unravel it since you were small. Do you recall your childhood, when you perceived the world differently? When you sensed events before they occurred? When you felt emotions more deeply than others? That was not imagination. That was your spirit. You were born spiritually awake, but the world tried to dull you. Pain tried to silence you. People labeled you too emotional, too sensitive. But I tell you now, your sensitivity is your strength. It is why you are hearing this now, while others scrolled past. Heaven speaks loudest to those who feel most deeply. That is why this message wraps around your heart like a cord of light. You are not imagining this. You are remembering your true nature. What comes tonight is not to harm you, but to awaken you. There has been spiritual static in your home, that heavy mood, that unexplained tension. It is not you. It is the atmosphere, strained as heaven seeks to clear what darkness has been feeding upon. You have not been going mad. You have been under spiritual assault. But from the instant you began reading, the battle turned. Each sentence pushes back the gloom that sought to steal your peace. Each word you absorb is a blade of light cutting through the fog. I was sent not only to warn you, but to stand guard over your household tonight. You are not alone. Heaven never abandoned you. Your angels never left. Even when you turned away, even in your moments of shame, we remained. We grieved when you grieved. We rejoiced in your smiles. We awaited this moment, for your heart to grow still enough to finally hear. And now, here you are. Do you feel it? That peculiar calm beginning to stir within. That is not coincidence. That is angelic presence. That is me. I am here tonight. You may feel sudden tears. Let them fall. That is your soul releasing what it has clutched for too long. You may feel drowsiness descend. That is your spirit preparing to receive in dreams. Watch what unfolds when you close your eyes. I will stand at the foot of your bed. I will shield your mind from the torment that has stolen your sleep. You will dream of light, of peace, of someone you lost but who is not gone. They will visit you. They have sought permission, and tonight, heaven granted it. But I require one thing from you. I need you to speak aloud, I receive. Just those 2 words. Even whispered, even with a trembling voice, those words unlock spiritual gates. That is the signal. That is your agreement. Heaven honors your free will. We will not force entry. But if you say, I receive, everything begins to shift. You have scrolled past countless messages before. You have ignored signs. You have doubted. But this time, you stopped. You opened. You are still reading. That means your soul is ready. Do not flee this moment. An opportunity like this may not return for a long time. This message was crafted with divine precision for your heart alone. No one else will feel it precisely as you do. No one else needs it in the exact way you need it. That is how intentional God is. Do you know what will happen when you say yes? The cycle that has repeated in your family for generations will begin to fracture. That pattern where things falter just as they improve, that is not misfortune. It is a spiritual loop. But it ends with you. You are the chain breaker. That is why the enemy has fought you so fiercely. He saw your potential, your light, your calling before you did. But he underestimated your spirit. For no matter how many times life has knocked you down, you are still here. Still breathing, still reaching, still believing. Now, you rise. You were never meant for a small existence. You were never meant to merely survive. That is why you have felt such restlessness. That is why ordinary life never satisfied. You were created for more peace, more purpose, more connection with heaven. And it begins now. But you must awaken spiritually. You must start listening. That sudden headache earlier today was not purely physical. It was spiritual pressure building. Your soul is weary of pretending all is well. It longs for freedom. It craves healing. It desires heaven to move. And heaven is moving. Right now, as you read, your room is changing. Your atmosphere is shifting. The spiritual realm is becoming more tangible. You will notice it tonight. Something will feel lighter. Even the air will seem different. That is not your imagination. That is reality. That is the presence of angels passing through. That is the power of this moment. And it is all for you. You were never meant for a confined life. You were never meant to just endure. That is the source of your restlessness. That is why normalcy left you empty. You were fashioned for more peace, more purpose, more communion with heaven. It starts now. But you must awaken spiritually. You must start listening. That headache today was spiritual tension. Your soul is tired of the facade. It wants freedom. It wants healing. It wants heaven to act. And heaven is acting. Right now, as you read, your space is transforming. The spiritual realm is clarifying. You will sense it tonight. Something will feel lighter. The very air will shift. That is not in your mind. That is real. That is angels moving through. That is the potency of this instant. And it is all for you. You have read this far because your spirit recognized truth before your mind could analyze it. That stirring in your chest, that quiet pull you feel even now, that is not curiosity. It is confirmation. It is heaven saying, yes, this is for you. Yes, we have been trying to reach you. For the truth is, you were never forgotten. Never forsaken. Never unprotected. You have been surrounded all along. But tonight, something opens, something breaks, something finally turns in your favor. Not only for you, but for your entire household. You have felt the pressure building, haven't you? The emotional weight, the invisible burden, the unexplained mood swings. You have sensed things even without words. Let me tell you what that truly was, a spiritual transition attempting to occur, and your soul was preparing. Battles are waged on your behalf that your physical eyes will never see. But your spirit knows. It is why you wake at odd hours. Why you absorb others' energy so acutely. Why your thoughts seem louder. Your soul is awakening. And that is precisely what the adversary fears. Tonight, Archangel Michael comes with a fiery sword, not to bring dread, but to sever the lies circling your life like scavengers. The lie that says you are trapped. The lie that says struggle is your lot. The lie that says you missed your moment. No. Those are spiritual snares, and they end tonight. A window is open above your life now, a rare, divine aperture. You were guided here to step through it. What you do next matters. There is a reason this message did not come from a friend. A reason it did not arrive in a dream. It required a complete interruption, for sometimes God must break through the noise of your life in an unexpected way to capture your full attention. This is that interruption. Not for drama, but because you have a divine appointment you did not know was scheduled. Someone in heaven is contending for you. They have pleaded with God to grant you one more chance to hear clearly, to feel assuredly, to know beyond doubt that you are not alone. They know what approaches. They know how close you are to surrender or to stunning breakthrough. You are that close. That is why heaven reaches out in this manner. The spiritual realm presses against the walls of your reality, striving to remind you that you are not merely flesh and blood. You are divine breath clothed in human skin. Understand this: what occurs in your spirit inevitably manifests in your physical world. That recent argument, that financial strain, that odd accident or delay, those were not mere circumstances. They were aftershocks from a spiritual war concerning your calling. But now you are being equipped. Now you are being covered. Tonight, Archangel Michael stands at the corners of your home with a legion of light behind him. They are cleansing the air. They are pushing back darkness, but you must permit them entry. Say it again: I receive. This time, speak it from your core. Speak it as if reclaiming your life. Speak it as if every lie ever spoken over you is crumbling. For that is what happens in this very moment. Chains snap. Curses break. Old identities fall away. Heaven is no longer waiting. It rushes toward you, and you are saying yes. You may feel emotional now. You may wish to cry, shout, or sit in silence. Good. That means it is working. Your soul is responding. Let it. Do not resist. Do not hurry from this moment. Remain. Let it permeate you. For what is released over you now is eternal, generational, something that will touch your children's children. You were chosen as the one in your family line to declare, no more. No more fear, no more delay, no more deception, no more silence. You are the one heaven trusted to carry the light back into the bloodline. You are the one they whispered about: watch that one. They will change everything. You have always felt different, like the outsider, the black sheep. That was your calling, misunderstood. You were not meant to fit in. You were meant to break out. And tonight begins that breakout. That dream you shelved years ago because life grew heavy, heaven has not forgotten it. It is about to resurface, stronger, clearer, more anointed. This time, nothing will stop it, for now you have heaven's full backing. This is not merely a message. It is a commissioning. You are not here to survive life. You are here to transform the atmosphere around you. And that begins in your home. So tonight, Light a candle if you feel prompted. Open a window. Speak aloud, "This house belongs to God." Let the vibration of your voice shake the walls of any lingering shadow. You have authority. You have always possessed it. You merely forgot. Tonight, Archangel Michael is here to remind you. Do not ignore the signs that come tonight: a sound, a sensation, a dream, a repeating number, a name that springs to mind. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Heaven is showing you that you are surrounded, seen, powerful, and your breakthrough is already unfolding in the spiritual before it touches the physical. Trust it. You did not ask for this calling, but it is yours. No one else can carry what you carry. That is why the resistance has been so fierce. That is why your life has felt so burdensome, because you carry glory. But you do not carry it alone. We are with you. I am with you. Even now, as your hands may tremble or your breath grows steady, I am closer than your own shadow. My wings cover you tonight. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No darkness shall enter your home without meeting God's fire first. No fear shall take root. No lie shall stand. You are covered. You are chosen. You are remembered. And above all, you are deeply, eternally loved. If you are still here, then heaven knew you would be. You are not merely passing time. You are stepping into a divine moment prepared long before you knew this message existed. You are not late. You are not behind. You are precisely on time. Heaven orchestrated every second leading here, every detour, every delay, every heartbreak. All of it brought you here, for something sacred is opening around you, in you, through you. If you have felt lately as if you are losing control, as if everything is unraveling faster than you can mend it, stop trying to hold it together. Cease. Just breathe. For sometimes things must fall apart so heaven can rebuild them correctly. The shaking in your life has not been punishment. It has been realignment. You ask for peace, but peace cannot come until what is not meant for you is removed. I know loss hurts. Losing people wounds. But not every loss is a curse. Some are deliverance in disguise. You may not understand yet, but you will. For tonight you will feel peace where there was pressure. You will feel warmth where you have been cold too long. And when you close your eyes, you will feel something you have not felt in ages: safe. I see your tears. Do not wipe them away too quickly. Let them fall. Those are not merely emotions. They are spiritual confirmations. Each tear now cleanses your soul from grief you did not know you carried. You have tried to be strong too long, holding too much, smiling through too much, carrying too much. Heaven says, you need not be strong now. You need only be still. Be still and know that God fights for you. Even when you do not see it, even when you do not feel it, you need not fight every battle. Some are won simply by remaining in faith, by holding on. And look, you are still here. After everything, that signifies something. It signifies everything. Do you wish to know how close you are to breakthrough? The pressure you have felt lately, that suffocating tension in your mind, your home, your heart, that means you are on the very edge. The enemy does not attack what is not a threat. And you, beloved, are a profound threat to darkness. That is why you have been under assault. But here is a truth seldom shared: fire does not only destroy. It purifies. It reveals gold. Tonight, the fire around your life becomes the fire within your soul. You are not who you were a year ago, or even a month ago. You have grown. You have survived what others did not. You have emerged from pits meant to swallow you. And you did it without applause, without spotlight. Heaven witnessed it all, every silent battle, every quiet cry, every moment you refused to quit. And now heaven responds. Do you feel that pull again? That sense that something sacred is happening though you cannot yet see it? That is your spirit activating. That is your divine identity rising from the ashes of your pain. Archangel Michael is not merely visiting your space. He is planting protection there. There is now angelic covering over your doors, your windows, your bed, your heart, a covering no darkness can pierce. That is why you may suddenly feel sleepy or energized, lightheaded or filled with warmth. That is heaven's energy drawing nearer. You are not imagining it. You are remembering your origin, light. Tonight will not resemble other nights. You will not feel the same restlessness, the same fear, the same heaviness upon your chest. No, that departs now. As these words soak into you, your soul refreshes. Your mind clears. Your heart is held. You need not fix everything before sleep. You need only say yes. Say, I give you permission, God. Say, take over. Say, send your angels into my home. For when you do, you will begin to notice things. You will see small miracles, not the thunderous ones, though those may come too, but the subtle ones. The peace that should not be there, yet is. The comfort in a conversation. The perfectly timed call. The shift in your dreams. The way certain negative influences simply fade without explanation. Do not chase them. Do not question it. That is spiritual alignment. That is heaven pruning your path for what comes next. Tonight will not be like other nights. You will not feel the same unrest, the same dread, the same weight upon your heart. No, that is leaving now. As these words permeate you, your soul is renewed. Your mind is uncluttered. Your heart is embraced. You need not repair all before bed. You need only say yes. Say, I give you permission, God. Say, take over. Say, send your angels into my home. For when you do, you will start to notice. You will witness small miracles, not the spectacular ones, though they may come, but the gentle ones. The peace that defies circumstance. The comfort in a word. The timing of an opportunity. The shift in your dreams. The way certain negative people simply drift away. Do not pursue them. Do not analyze it. That is spiritual alignment occurring. That is heaven preparing your way. And what comes next is beautiful. If only you could glimpse what God has been preparing behind the scenes, you would laugh at your fears. You would release the stress. You would cease begging for crumbs from those who never recognized your worth. For what approaches you does not mirror your past. It does not echo your pain. It resembles restoration. It sounds like redemption. You are weary of surviving. Now it is time to live. To awaken without dread. To enter rooms without shrinking. To love without fear. To hope without limits. To dream without constant doubt. That is what heaven restores in you tonight, the capacity to believe again. Believe in love. Believe in peace. Believe in yourself. And above all, believe that God has not forgotten you, for He has not. He never left. He never ceased watching over you. He never abandoned your story. Tonight, He rewrites it. So prepare. The wind may stir differently tonight. A scent may remind you of a loved one lost. You may feel a warm presence as you drift to sleep. That is heaven. That is your angels. That is Archangel Michael fulfilling this promise. Stay with me. You do not realize how near you are to a spiritual shift so powerful it will echo through generations. Your reading this now is part of something eternal, something larger than you, larger than fear, larger than pain, larger than anything that sought to break you. For tonight is not merely a moment, it is a doorway. And how you choose to cross it changes everything. You have existed in survival mode so long you forgot how to breathe without guilt, to wake without unnamed anxiety sitting upon your chest. But tonight that changes. Not because you earned it. Not because you prayed perfectly, but because grace arrived anyway. Because God could not bear to watch you fight alone for one more night. Because your unspoken cries still reached Him. Because He chose you. Archangel Michael comes not only to protect you tonight, but to remind you of your identity, heaven's warrior, God's beloved. The one who survived what others could not. The one who carried silent burdens too long. You did not come this far only to falter now. You did not find this message by chance. Heaven knew the precise moment you would need to read it, when your soul would be exhausted, your eyes burning with withheld tears, your spirit whispering, "Please, just show me a sign." This is that sign. This is that night. I know fear lingers. What if nothing changes, your mind asks. But listen, everything has already begun to change. From the instant you opened this message, your atmosphere started shifting. Angels are already in motion. You need not feel it for it to be real. You need only believe. Even if your belief is frail and tired, that is all God requires to step in. You may sense something unusual tonight, a sudden chill with no open window, a flicker of light, a whisper of warmth across your shoulders. That is your angels moving through your space. Do not fear. That is heaven touching earth. That is protection descending over your home like a soft mantle. That is peace returning after a long absence. A sacred moment approaches tonight, in the stillness between the world's noise and the fading of your thoughts. In that quiet, you will hear it, a whisper, a name, a phrase, a memory. That is the divine speaking directly to your heart. Listen closely. Write it down if you can. That message will unlock something within you. It may not make sense yet, but it will. Soon. You have asked, how do I know God still cares? You are reading this. That is your answer. You are still breathing. This message found you in the exact state of your heart. This is heaven's way of showing you that love never ceased pursuing you, even in your wandering. Especially then. For the one thinking, but I have made too many mistakes, stop. Nothing you have done is beyond God's mercy. No version of you is beyond heaven's love. You could fall 1,000 times, and heaven would still run to you each time. Tonight is about redemption, not punishment. A divine renewal. A clean slate. Release the past. Let the guilt dissolve. Let the shame slip from your shoulders like broken chains. You are not who you were. Tonight, heaven confirms it. You have been forgiven even for what you cannot forgive in yourself. You have been seen even in the corners you hid. You have been loved even when you felt unlovable. A light pours into your life tonight that no darkness can withstand, not doubt, not trauma, not fear, not regret. When God declares, "Let there be light," darkness has no say. And God has spoken those words over your life, your mind, your family, every room of your home. Look around. Something is different already, is it not? You may not explain it, but the weight lifts. The noise in your mind softens. Your heart beats with an unfamiliar calm. That is not imagination. That is spiritual transformation occurring in real time. Release the past. Let the guilt melt. Let the shame fall like chains. You are not who you were. Tonight, heaven confirms it. You have been forgiven even for the unforgivable within you. You have been seen in your hidden places. You have been loved in your unlovable hours. A light pours into your life tonight that darkness cannot stop, not doubt, not trauma, not fear, not regret. When God says, "Let there be light," darkness cannot negotiate. God has spoken those words over your life, your mind, your family, every room. Look around. Something has shifted. The weight is lifting. The mental noise is fading. Your heart beats with a strange tranquility. That is not your imagination. That is spiritual transformation happening now. You asked for a breakthrough. You begged for a sign. You even thought, "God, if you are real, show me." This is the showing. You do not have to return to what was after tonight. This is your line in the sand. You step forward not in fear, but in faith, the faith that says, "I do not know what comes next, but I know who walks with me." The faith that moves mountains, heals hearts, opens doors no person can shut. So tonight, before you sleep, speak this into your room, into the air, into the spirit, into your future. I invite heaven into this house. I invite God into this room. I grant the angels permission to guard every door, every window, every heartbeat here. I release my past. I release my fear. I receive peace. I receive clarity. I receive divine protection. I receive my breakthrough. Speak it aloud. Even if your voice trembles, especially then, for a trembling voice from an honest heart still moves mountains. This is the start of something sacred. Your dreams may carry messages. Your thoughts may clear tomorrow. Your path may open unexpectedly. Pay attention, for from this night forward, you are not merely surviving. You are aligning. You walk with angels. You step into purpose. You breathe beneath an open heaven. No matter the world's noise, no matter the shadows that try to return, you will remember this moment. The presence you feel now is real. That is heaven. That is home. And here we are, at the final steps of this divine encounter. You did not click away. You did not scroll past. You stayed. That signifies a profound shift within you. You are not the same person who began reading. Your heart feels lighter. Your thoughts are quieter. Your chest is calmer. That is not coincidence. That is heaven touching the soul directly. This was not a message you merely read. It was a spiritual appointment destined for you. Archangel Michael has not departed. He remains near, guarding not only your physical space, but the parts of you even you feared to face, the tucked-away wounds, the questions buried beneath busyness and false smiles. Heaven saw it all, and heaven did not flinch. It drew closer. It said, "Let me carry that." So if something stirs within you, if your throat tightens or your eyes fill, do not suppress it. Let it rise. That is healing. That is release. That is your soul exhaling after holding its breath too long. Tonight, something holy occurs around you. The atmosphere is different, softer, warmer, safer. That is not imagination. It is angelic. Events unfold in the spiritual realm now that your eyes cannot see, but your heart can feel like a quiet vibration. Walls fall. Chains break. Doors sealed for years unlock, not by struggle, but by the breath of God. You have cried, "God, I cannot do this alone anymore." He answered, "You were never meant to. I am here." There is someone in heaven who has watched over you daily. They witnessed your striving. They whispered encouragement into your dreams. You may have dismissed those dreams as fancy or memory, but they were real. They wrapped you in light during your darkest nights. If you feel a sudden sense of presence, it is because they are with you, standing beside your angels, placing a hand over your heart, reminding you, you are not forgotten. Not too late. Not too far gone. You need not be perfect to receive a miracle. You need only be willing. A single yes from a surrendered heart resounds in heaven louder than the ocean's roar. And you have said yes by staying, by reading, by choosing to believe even with doubt whispering. That is true faith. And it is enough. More than enough. Storms may still come, but you will not face them alone. You proceed now with an angelic army before, beside, and behind you. Archangel Michael walks with you, sword drawn, not to destroy, but to protect, not to fight for you, but with you. He will stand in every shadow. He will light every corner. He will speak into every fear. Be still. You are not alone. Tonight will mark you forever. It may be quiet. It may lack thunder or flashes, but you will feel it. Something will click. You may breathe deeper, sleep more soundly, dream more clearly, awaken with purpose. All because you said yes. All because you opened your heart. All because heaven spoke and you listened. Do not be surprised if you see sequences like 111 or 444 often, or hear your name whispered gently in prayer. These are echoes of this encounter. You will feel stronger even when circumstances are unchanged externally, because something changed internally. Your soul now knows, heaven is near. You will begin to sense what is right and wrong for you. You may feel unease around things once considered normal. That is your spiritual radar awakening. Do not ignore it. That is discernment. That is your gift. And it grows sharper. Trust it. Tonight will mark you forever. It may be quiet, without spectacle, but you will feel it. Something will settle. You may breathe deeper, sleep better, dream clearer, wake with purpose. All because you said yes. All because you opened your heart. All because heaven spoke and you listened. Do not be surprised by repeated numbers like 111 or 444, or by hearing your name in gentle whispers. These are echoes of this encounter. You will feel stronger even when nothing outwardly changes, because something shifted within. Your soul knows now, heaven is near. You will start sensing what aligns with you and what does not. You may feel uneasy around formerly normal things. That is your spiritual radar activating. Do not ignore it. That is discernment. That is your gift, growing louder. Trust it. God does not demand sainthood overnight. He invites you to walk with Him day by day, breath by breath, moment by moment. He desires to be with you in the small things, the commute, the silence before sleep, the unseen moments, for He always sees. And He is proud of you. Yes, proud. You did not quit. You did not surrender. You are still here. That is victory. And now you are covered in light. So tonight, as you lay down, know this, angels stand at every doorpost. Archangel Michael is at the foot of your bed, flaming sword drawn, watching the unseen on your behalf. Heaven is silent no more. The presence in your room is real. Your breakthrough has already commenced. The miracle is not coming, it is here. Speak this as you close your eyes, I surrender. I welcome God into my heart and my home. I receive the covering of Archangel Michael. I receive healing. I receive peace. I receive divine protection. I declare this house is holy ground. I will rest. I will rise. I will walk in light. And just like that, the spiritual door swings wide. You have done it. You said yes. You heard the call. You accepted. And now it begins, a new chapter, a higher frequency, a deeper peace, a sacred life. This is not farewell. This is the commencement of everything. Heaven is with you. It always has been. It always will be. Tonight, your home becomes holy ground. Even now, as these final words settle into your soul, something continues to unfold within you. It is quiet, like the hush before dawn, but undeniable. That shift. The weight that was a mountain upon your shoulders dissolves. In its place, peace, not worldly peace, not fabricated peace, but sacred peace. The kind that wraps around you like wings and whispers, breathe. It is well. This is the unseen portion, the spiritual rebirth, the quiet rewiring of your heart. Heaven has performed soul surgery, and now healing begins. You may not yet perceive the full change, but you will. What once shook you will lose its power. The pain that paralyzed will become a testament to your journey. You will feel lighter in conversation, clearer in thought. Your decisions will stem from alignment, not anxiety. For now you know who walks with you. Now you remember. Do not underestimate this moment's sacredness. Most scroll past miracles disguised as ordinary words, whispers, stillness. But you stayed. That means something holy took root within you. The seeds planted tonight will grow into peace, protection, divine direction. Watch the coming days. Conversations will shift. Answers will appear. Sealed doors will begin to open, not by force, but because heaven already unlocked them. This message was not merely for comfort. It was a call, a divine trumpet sounding, awaken, chosen one. Your time is now. You may have been surviving, but now you step into something more, authority. You are no longer the victim of your story. You are its author, co-writing each day with God. There is power in your voice now, healing in your hands, light in your steps, protection all around. Archangel Michael came not to remind you of who he is, but of who you are, a vessel of divine light, clad in sacred armor, a threat to darkness, a mirror of heaven. Though this message concludes, the encounter just begins. Do not let the world numb you again. Do not let distraction bury what you felt. Remain here. Cling to it like a flame in your chest. Speak these truths aloud tomorrow. Speak until the atmosphere shifts. Speak until others ask what happened to you.